REACH is a new communications initiative in UCD and it's aimed at PhD and early stage researchers. Communication is an integral part of a researcher's career now, and that's what REACH does. It gives them all of that training.
I really tried to get the students to think about tailoring their research message to different audiences. So a lot of what we started talking about was the principles and the challenges in communication, but really we tried to peel it back to the essence of communication, about telling a good story. And it really doesn't matter whether that story is a research story in economics or in neuroscience. It's about telling a story.
Elevator pitches are new to academia, but they're not new to industry. We wanted our students to summarise their entire thesis to 3 slides delivered in 3 minutes. This effort helps students to understand that they're actually experts in their own field and that they can convey their complex message to an audience, to any audience, in a way that's understandable and appreciable.
I think it's interesting to learn how to communicate with people who know nothing about our research or understand our field, because we're trained to use all this jargon and all this language that's not easy for everyone to follow. And when you're thinking about funding opportunities or networking and you need to convey a message to someone who might not know what you're doing, it's good to learn how to pitch to their audience. Even if they don't know what you're doing, they believe in you. They can understand the value of your research.
PhD students face a lot of challenges when they're coming to the end of their PhDs. So they need to think more clearly about what have they learned through their PhD and where they might place this in the future and how they could build their careers with it. We've seen people go through a PhD, for example, in medieval history and move into financial services. No problem in doing this, but you've got to know what you want to do, why you want to do it, and how to put yourself forward most effectively.
The REACH programme first grabbed my attention with the film Opportunity Recognition and Film module, and I found that really interesting and making kind of creative ways of explaining what we do. As part of the REACH programme, I signed up for another 2 modules. One was on presenting skills and the other was more about your professional development.
The big learning point for me was, in fact, how to use an editing suite. The big learning point for me was how to use an editing suite. The REACH programme helped to focus on what the study was all about, but it also was important in terms of communication. If you go too highbrow with communication, you can actually lose up to 90% of your audience. By using the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid, we can target 100%. If there is technical issues, you can always come back and address them.
As academics, what we have to do a lot of is create posters which we bring to conferences and we bring to seminars. And the posters are effectively a way to summarise over a short time in quite a visual way the research that we do.
I try to get them to be creative, and creative is not artistic, it's not, it's nothing, it's just there are 1,000 ways to present. We tend to present to ourselves. But you've got to think, everyone thinks differently and come at it from 2 or 3 or 4 different angles: visual, verbal, stories, pictures, demonstrations. Just try to get them to think differently about how they communicate any one idea.
Barry gave us a lot of really useful and helpful information about knowing who your audience is, using examples, relating it to the audience, not just having some topic that you know a lot about and not caring about whether the audience is interested or not. It's really about engagement and getting people to, relate to what you're doing and to find it interesting, even if it's the most boringest topic in the world.
I think that's why programs like this are important, for scientists to come out of their high grounds and their pedestals and talk to people who are experts in their fields but have nothing to do with science.
Just to think about what we do, why we do it, and what a difference it can make, that people should know about the great work that's being done. It's kind of useless just to do research and publish it and nobody hears about it.
So we're doing so much exciting work at UCD. It's truly world-class. And I think we need to match it with a world-class training infrastructure in communications. And I think with the 2 combined, you can really amplify the impact. You can really get the message out there of how good we really are at a very early stage in the student's career. And that's so important.